We have seen JP Morgan calling even $185 a barrel oil by the end of the year. Where are we in prices and what's the outlook here?
That's right, Sherry. I think the supply squeeze concern is really getting real.
So real quick, if this plays off like a bull flag here, you're talking about in the very short term $132 a barrel likely this week. This week! So this is some breaking news. I want you guys to finish watching this because it's very important.
You know, crude went up as much as 18% this morning, and now it's up more than 9%. So, as you mentioned, the U.S. Secretary of State said the Biden administration and its allies are looking at an embargo of Russian oil. And this is huge if it does indeed happen, because Russia is the second largest commodity producer in the world, and it's a really, really big oil producer, so it can take away millions of barrels a day from the global market. And we need to note that Russian oil actually accounts for about 8% of global supply. So that's a massive chunk. We're currently seeing, JP Morgan has said that 66% of Russian oil is struggling to find buyers. Although there's no embargo on Russian oil at the moment, but, just investors, the buyers are really, really afraid of touching Russian crude at the moment.
Good late evening, 11:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. And I haven't done an update since my 2 this morning because I wanted you guys to watch the market play out, because I have been calling for this, and it's now under 38,000. I told you right when the futures opened it was going to be a problem. Now you can see the Dow Jones 30 futures. We're down 336 points right now. We're better than 1%, down to 33,189. So, we're off by a little bit here on the Dow 30 futures, but we can go to I like to look at the Dow 30. So it just gives you like the top sectors, but we can go to the DJI. Ooh. That is not the right one, though. I need to find the right one. That's the only... Okay, you know what? No, I'm going to keep the Dow Jones 30 futures. So the futures is down right now, just a tad bit. So it's going to be interesting to see. We're down just about 1% there, but the main things is the dollar currency index is up to almost 99 spot right now, which, as you know, I called for it to go up to 100 when it was at 95.5, because I thought it would play into the March 15th. It would make it easier for us to sell bonds and yada, yada, yada. So crude oil got up to $100 and almost $30 a barrel. It's up 8% right now at $122 a barrel. But the main thing is here, if this is a bull flag that plays out, we're talking about $132 a barrel, maybe tonight. So that's a massive bull flag. And what does that mean for all of our cryptos? Well, the cryptos are just the opposite. We've got the total crypto market cap rolling over, as predicted. It's down to 1.66 and some change trillion. It's got support at 1.652 trillion. Let's get it into 30. And I think it's going to fall through here more than likely. It might have a little rebound here to verify some drop points, maybe a little bit up to here. But, 1.703 we came straight through. I don't think it's going to have enough strength to get all the way up there. I think this is going to come down, and I think we're going to fall through a level. But I don't think it looks good. I think right now, if you're looking to swing trade, I think you should sit back and watch the market, because this is really not looking good. And as you can see, everything you would have bought in before is already down on you. XRP still hanging on, but it fell through a key support resistance level at 72.2. As you guys know, I had taken that off because I didn't want people to be confused, because I didn't want them to think it was going to get stopped here. But one thing it can do is, I should have kept it on here, because it can confirm now that it's coming up as resistance. But that area I just didn't think was going to hold, so I felt like our next opportunity to see something big was going to be at the double bottom at 69,537. Just as far as, is it going to do something, you know, to break down farther? Is it going to go up? The RSI is heading towards oversold, but I think it's going to get pushed down farther. That was my prediction, as you know. So I didn't have to come back on here and say anything, because it was breaking down the way I wanted, and I wasn't going to confuse everybody. So sometimes when the patterns are just playing out, I wait to come on until a little bit later. I've already put out a couple updates today. You can join my Tom's Army for $9.99 a month if you want to get the exclusive Telegram. There's a lot more that goes into it, but long story short, you can talk to me each and every day throughout the day, and there's a link in the video description below. So we break through 69,537. Our next support of any relevance is 62,224, and that's going to be a mighty fall. Like I always say, though, there's one way to catch a wick, right down here, 66.9. So that's basically your steps. If you're a short trader, or if you're trading the market on small swing trades, you know, that's how you're looking at the market right now. So that's XRP. Bitcoin looks atrocious. It's under 38,000, down 525 points, or 1.36% since the flip of the clock. And it came down to the area we talked about. Hold on. I wanted to get this stuff out of the way, though. There's so much shit going on the screen. Oh, excuse my French. There's so much stuff going on the screen that you guys aren't going to be able to see it. Okay. So that's where we thought we were going to come down to in this area where we circled today. Well, unfortunately, for anybody who wanted this to bounce off it and use this as support, it unfortunately did not going to do that, right? It came to the bottom side like we were suspecting, and now it's going to probably use this as resistance and pour on through. And then 37,000 would be the next area. That is a significant area because there's a double bottom there. And if it falls through there, this is where I could expect us to get some kind of bounce. This is what I was talking about earlier. But we have to play this through. So if this comes down here, couldn't you guys see it either hitting here on Monday morning, or possibly having a retest up here for Monday? There's always these little bursts of volume Monday morning. People get excited. So there's our turnaround right there, 6.2% if it wants to do something like that. But the problem is if it falls through the 37,000, our next opportunity is going to be all the way down there at almost 34,000. It's like 34,000. Yeah, let's match that up perfectly. 34,000, yeah, 355 would be our next opportunity. So that's what you'd be looking at for Bitcoin. So we're going to want to watch this level right here and see if we can get some kind of bounce on the double bottom, right? Because this right here is what we're targeting. So that's what we're going to be looking for right now. So that's Bitcoin. And I actually think this is a pretty good depiction for you guys to see what has to happen here. So follow the arrows. If we can double bottom, we can make a play at a test of the old support that's now resistance, and we can confirm it once and for all. So that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling. I want to show you XLM and then DGB, and then I'm out. XLM, we never even came up like we talked about earlier. I kept that up there because, for whatever reason. But we talked about the drop. But that was if we tried to retest and broke through. We had the retest, and I showed you where it would go if it broke up. But we already knew it was coming down. That's just for anybody who was like, where can it go? Where's the top end? That was the top end, which obviously we knew it didn't have enough volume to get up there. That's why we didn't talk a lot about it. So 17.8 has a resistance up there. Broke through as we thought, and now it came through the 17.19 resistance, or a support line that it was supposed to hold if it wanted to stay somewhat, relevant. Now it should come up here and then pour out to the next level, because there is just nothing here. There's nothing here in this area for XLM. And then if we break 16.3, it is a problem. I don't think this would hold. This probably wouldn't hold either. So you're talking, maybe that would hold and give us some kind of bounce. But there's not a lot of history with XLM until you break past these areas and you get back down to here. So yeah, that would be your next relevant area would be, what is that? The 12.2 area. So if we broke down past 16.1, you're likely going down to 12.2, which is another 30% plus. before you'd ever have a chance with XLM. So watch that very closely because this market is very, very close to falling apart. DGB is just unbelievably cheap right now, down under 1757 now, better than 1.84% on the flip of the clock. And again, DGB, I've been calling this every step of the way, and it's only because I want everybody to have their money when we get to the bottom. And look at DGB, guys. DGB is almost back to this double bottom down here at 1612, and the problem is like, there's not much down here. There's not much that you can do with DGB. Once you get past here, then you go back down, and this is what I thought was going to do, kind of like a pendulum type thing. And we've traded within this thing the whole time, so we'll see what happens. But DGB is destined, like I said, to come down to 1610. We haven't beat around the bush at all. We just said this is probably what's going to happen. The only question is if we have a Monday turnaround. So DGB could theoretically, you could see like a 17% move if Bitcoin decided to come up and retest some of these spots. But that would be an incredible reversal. Because I think right now you're looking at about 2.68%. You're going to see some flashy numbers, probably flash. Because we had such a weird drop through a zone. Then you'll get rejected and then you're going to get a bigger one. Assuming the market continues to run through its course. So expect maybe a little bit of a run up here across the board. Maybe a couple hundred points. A few percent on some of your other altcoins because we have to retest this recent drop. And then I would continue. I would expect it to continue. The futures isn't suggesting that we're going to go up. At least Dow Jones 30 futures. And with the U.S. dollar currency index approaching spot 99, that certainly isn't indicating we're going to stop anytime soon. And look at this. It keeps getting supported on the 30-minute, on the 20-day. So this looks to be continuing to go up. So for every reason that I've said, consider everything I've said and more on why you have to be very careful in the market, and I would not advise to swing trade this market. Now let's go and finish off that video so we can listen to the rest of what they're saying about crude oil. This is the breaking news. Remember, hashtag be better, do better, hashtag FUD assassins, and remember, help one person each and every day, because if I don't do my part and you don't do your part, who's going to do their part? Just kidding. You didn't think I was going to leave without telling you how gold was doing. Gold's up 17.41 an ounce in 1988. Silver's up 18 cents now to 25.83. So it should be a big day in the commodities market tomorrow. Crude oil, assuming it holds on, should have a big day in the, obviously, other parts of the commodity section. So let's get to that video now. I kid, we show the video after. I need to show my friend UP2B, my meme genius. To those who joined, thank you. You're in the army now. Welcome to our new TFAM members. For the rest, what are you waiting for? UB2B. And for anybody who's wondering what he means, join Tom's Army, $9.99 a month. Get the exclusive Telegram that you can only get by joining Tom's Army. We have 264 members of Tom's Army, which is an all-time record, which is incredible. I expect it to go down as the month is renewed. I just am overwhelmed that we have so many people. And then we have 257 people in the Telegram. So you come in there, and you also have the opportunity to get the free classes on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast. And you don't have to be live if you don't want to. It uploads 60 seconds after the hour. You can watch it for 10 days. All I ask is for a $5 donation. So let's see what's next. Thank you, UB2B. You allowed me to do my little promo. Much respect. All right, now let's go to UB2B. Because I want to see his cloud art. It's not always about Tom's Army. Today that one was about Tom's Army, but now we're going to highlight a couple of his cloud art. And UB2B, a new dad. I hope everything's going well. I hope mom and baby are doing blessed, in good health, and I hope you are in good spirits, my friend, because I know mentally it can be draining these first few weeks and few months. I'm still draining. It's been 2.5 years on my son, my newest. So here's his cloud art. This is one way to just lock in. And we're 14 minutes into the video, so if you didn't want to be here, you would not be here anymore. So I appreciate everybody sticking it through. But man, do I love this cloud art. UB2B. Gonna have to share this. That's fantastic. God, I love this stuff. And if you guys are ever stressed out, just sit back, maybe have a joint or whatever your relaxation is. Just sit back and look at this cloud art. Give this man a follow on Twitter. Absolutely fantastic. Now we gotta finish this video.
Buying Russian oil even now, and the Asian. retold that the global oil markets could tighten even more from here if the Russian oil destruction and, producers like Libya, which is going through massive difficulty in terms of supply, if they continue to experience supply issues, it's going to be big. But we need to note that, over the weekend, I think it was late on Friday, that we heard that the Europe's largest oil company, Shell, they did purchase a cargo of Russian flagship Urals crude at a record discount. So, people are looking they said that they will continue to look for alternative supplies, but I think, there's going to be still a little bit of people, trying to take Russian oil, although there might be an embargo that's coming.
Sharon, we've seen OPEC really kind of resisting any urge to move more than what it's planning to. What sort of upside in prices would see that change?
That's right. OPEC Plus didn't take real action at their meeting last week, and we do have the IEA saying that there will be a coordinated release of strategic oil stockpiles coming in the coming days, but that's only 60 million barrels, so that's not a big help to the global markets right now. So what we see as the biggest possibility is that Iran might be coming back to the market. It's currently paving the way for U.S. sanctions relief by agreeing to help end the contentious nuclear investigation. And that will remove one of the final hurdles to a new deal that may help push, Iranian oil back into the market, which has been out since 2015 or so. So if that does come, investors do think that about 1 million barrels a day of crude oil could return to the market maybe by as early as the third quarter of this year. And there's been a lot of, progress in terms of the talks.